Hey children, Sairam, and welcome back to our second lecture of this lesson, that is ocean currents. Okay, in the previous part we have learned about the temperature and salinity, which are the properties of the ocean water. Then we have learned about the penetration of the sunlight up till a depth of 500 meter. We have learned about it. Now let's learn something more about this ocean currents, that is horizontal distribution of ocean currents. Okay, as we all know, winds always blow in a horizontal direction. Okay, so here we are going to talk about the ocean currents. The flow on the surface of the ocean moves only up till 10% of the oceanic water. Whatever flow of the surface of the ocean water is there, that is only 10% of the oceanic water. Okay, the full ocean water does not move from one place to the other. Only a 10% of the surface water that also moves from one place to the other. The surface flow is considered. Now, up till what depth the surface flow is considered? I have already explained to you about this. That is up till 500 meters. Okay, the surface flow is considered up to 500 meters of depth. Now, the discharge of water in the ocean is measured in the unit Sverdrup. Okay, a unit called as Sverdrup is used to measure the discharge of water in the oceans. Now this Sverdrup is equivalent to 1 million cubic meter per second discharge. How much it is? 1 million cubic meter per second discharge. That is Sverdrup unit. Now this horizontal flow of ocean water occurs as warm currents and cold currents. Now when the movement of the ocean currents are taking place, okay, it is either in the form of warm currents or either in the form of cold currents. Okay, certain currents flow from the equator to the poles. Okay, when there is a movement in the water, some of the currents of the ocean water, they move towards the poles. That is from the equator towards the poles, and from the poles towards the equator. Okay, now these currents which are there are pushed to long distances. Now as they are moving from one place to the other, from the equator to the poles and from the poles to the equator, it should be straight. Okay, now as you know, this is your equator. Okay, this is your equator, suppose 0 degree. So when the currents are moving, it should be in this position, correct? Okay, or this position. Okay, this should be the position. But what is happening over here? Just because of the planetary winds, as we have already learned over here, these winds push the currents. Okay, because of which the currents are diverted towards other direction. Okay, these currents are pushed to long distances by the planetary winds. As a result, the ocean water flow from the equator to both the poles and vice versa. It is either going towards the poles or in opposite direction. Okay, so these currents are pushed to long distance, and this is only called as horizontal surface or ocean water. Now here is a picture, here is a map showing you. Okay, it is a world map, it is showing you the ocean currents. If you see this map clearly, children, you will come to know that the red color arrows which you can see over here, these red color arrows you can see over here, these are red color arrows here, these arrows which are in red color, these are called as the warm currents. While those in the blue color, if you can see over here, there are blue color arrows also. Okay, you can see this, these are cold currents. Okay, so on this world map you can see the warm currents as well as the cold currents flowing over here. Okay, mainly if you see the warm currents, it is originating near the equator. Okay, the warm currents are originating near the equator and going towards the poles. Okay, that also in a circular manner. Then if you see, the cold currents are coming from the poles. They are coming from the poles. Okay, so the cold currents are moving from the poles towards the equator. Okay, I hope you all have understood this map. The map is showing you warm currents and the cold currents. Okay, now let's have a geographical explanation about this. Now, what are the major types of ocean currents? Just now I showed you the map. Tell me, what are the major types of ocean currents? There are two major types. Which are they? Warm currents and cold currents. Okay. Then, what do you call the currents flowing from the equator towards the pole? Just now I made you understand. Okay, the currents which are going from the equator towards the poles. What are those currents called as? Yes, correct. They are warm currents. What do you call the currents from the poles toward the equator? What will you call that currents which are coming from the poles to the equator? Yes, they are cold currents. Okay, cold currents are coming towards the equator. When the currents are moving in a circular manner, what difference is visible in that direction in northern and southern hemisphere respectively? Now if you see this map properly, and see what differences do you see over here in the currents which are flowing in the northern and the southern hemisphere. What do you see? What is the difference over here? Okay, you can see when they are moving in a circular manner, what difference can you see between the currents in the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere? Yes, children? In the northern hemisphere, if you see, the currents are flowing in a clockwise direction. Okay, you can see over here. So you can see this part. It is going in a clockwise direction. Okay, in the northern hemisphere, the currents are flowing in a clockwise direction, while in the southern hemisphere, you can see the currents are flowing in the anti-clockwise position. Okay, so this is the difference between the circular manner of the currents flowing in the northern and southern hemisphere. Understood, children? What is the difference? Okay. Next question. What might happen at the places where these currents meet? Okay, if the cold currents and the warm currents, if they are meeting in a certain place, what will happen? What is going to happen over there? When suppose, okay, cold water and warm water, when they are meeting each other, what can happen there? Yes, children? In such a place, what is there? Fog is seen. Okay, fog. Okay, you all must have seen what is the meaning of fog. Okay, the fog is seen just because of the meeting of these two currents, that is cold currents and warm currents. Okay, now let's have a geographical explanation about this. Ocean currents are formed due to differences in temperature, density and planetary winds. Okay, just as we have already learned previously also, that how are ocean currents formed? Just because of the differences between the temperature, density and planetary winds. The following reasons are also responsible for the direction of flow of ocean. Apart from this temperature, density and planetary winds, there are many other things also which affect the flow of ocean currents and their velocity. Okay, their speed, okay, or their direction is also affected by some other things also. Which are the things? One is rotation of the earth and second one is continental structure. Now, as I had told you, previously also I explained to you that when the currents are flowing, okay, when they are flowing, they are going from the equator towards the poles and from the poles to the equator. Okay, this is their direction. Correct? Here also in the south part, this is the direction. Okay, just because of the rotation of the earth, what happens? The ocean currents move in clockwise direction in the northern hemisphere and anti-clockwise direction in the southern hemisphere. Just now I showed you the map. Okay, world map I showed you. In that I showed you how in the northern hemisphere the ocean currents are moving in a clockwise direction, while in the southern hemisphere it is moving in the anti-clockwise direction. The next thing what is going to affect the ocean currents are the continental structure. What is the meaning of that? Okay, suppose the alignment of the coastline, it depends upon the alignment of the coastline. Okay, the direction of the ocean current changes. As the coastline is, that way the ocean current is going to change. Okay, how much parallel the coastline is to the ocean, that much of changes can be seen in the ocean currents. Okay, according to the alignment of the coastline, the direction of the ocean current changes. Velocity of the ocean current is around speed of the ocean current is only around 2 to 10 kilometer per hour. Okay, so what is the velocity of the ocean current? It is between 2 to 10 kilometer per hour. Ocean currents are divided into two types. I explained to you which are those two types: cold ocean currents and warm ocean currents. So understood, children, till here? I hope you all have understood it very well. So tell me, how are ocean currents formed? Yes, children, how are ocean currents formed? Ocean currents are formed due to the differences in temperature, density and planetary winds. Apart from these three things, which are the other things which affect the flow of ocean currents and their velocity? Which are the other two things? One is rotation of the earth and second one is continental structure. Okay, how the continental structure is, how much part of the land, part of the continent is facing the ocean. That plays a very important role. Okay, then here we have learned about the map which was showing the cold currents and the warm currents or hot currents. Okay, in this map we have learned about the warm currents and the cold currents. Then we have learned about the horizontal movement of the ocean currents. Okay, that is only about the surface water of the ocean. Okay, horizontal movement of the ocean current. This is what we have learned till now in this lesson. Okay, children. Now the next. Now let's learn about effects of ocean surface currents on human life. What effect the ocean surface currents have on human life? We are going to see that now. Ocean currents especially affect the climate of the region having proximity to the sea. What is the meaning of proximity? Nearness. How much part of the land is near to the sea? Depending upon that, okay, the ocean currents affect the climate. Okay, if more of the land part of a certain continent is exposed to the sea, okay, then the climate of that country or that continent is going to be affected by the ocean currents. Okay, or if we say only a small portion of the land is near the coastline of a certain continent or a certain country, then the climate will not be affected so much. The first thing is, ocean currents especially affect the climate of the region having proximity to the sea, that is nearness to the sea. In cold regions, suppose there is a cold region, suppose in the a particular place is there in the pole, near the poles. Okay, in cold region where warm ocean currents flow, when the warm ocean currents which are coming from the equatorial region, if they flow by their side, then what can happen? Climate becomes warmer there. Okay, and in some region the amount of precipitation increases. Okay, just because of this, what happens? Amount of precipitation is increasing. For example, the warm ocean currents flowing near the western Europe, southern Alaska and Japanese coast reduce the intensity of the winters there and make them warmer. As a result, these ports do not freeze in winters. This is an example. Okay, so what did you understand over here? Suppose in a cold region, okay, suppose mainly, if you all know, there are places in the northern part near the poles which are very much cold. Okay, but then also some of the ports and all, they do not freeze. How? Just because of the warm currents which are coming from the equator towards the poles. This warm currents make the climate over there warmer, and just because of this is we can say beneficial for the places which are having ports, and these ports do not freeze just because of this warm currents. Now if ocean currents were not there, if at all the ocean currents were not there only, then what would have happened? The water would have remained still in such waters, the biotic components would have been devoid of food. If at all, the ocean currents would have not moved from their place and they would have remained still. In such a condition, what would have happened? The biotic components which are there, they would have been devoid of food. They would have not got food. Okay. Marine life and its ecosystem would have been limited in extent. Okay, so marine life and its ecosystem would have been limited in extent if at all the currents were not there. In regions where cold and warm currents meet, okay, I told you at certain places, the cold currents and the warm currents, when they are crossing each other, they meet at a certain place. Okay, and just because they meet at a certain place, what happens, plankton, vegetation, algae, these are the types of plants grown over there, which are the food for fish. Okay, plankton, vegetation, algae, okay, these are the food for groups, for the fish over there. Just because of this food, what happens, more and more fish are attracted towards this part. Okay, so fish come here in large number and breed and turn this land into a large fishing ground. Okay, so that part where this plankton, vegetation, algae and all is grown, there it becomes a nice fishing ground, and which is very much beneficial for the fishing activity. Okay, the example over here is Grand Bank near North American coast. Okay, Grand Bank near in North American coast, Atlantic Ocean, and Dogger Bank near the European coast. These are the places where this plankton, vegetation and algae is grown, which is a food for fish, and it becomes a good part as a we can say good fishing ground. Okay, I hope children you all have understood what are the effects of ocean surface currents on human life. First thing I told you, just because of the nearness to the sea, climate of the region can be affected because of the ocean currents. Suppose there is a cold region. If there is a cold region, then the warm currents which are coming from the equatorial region make that place warmer, and because of which there are many places which has a beneficiary about this, that ports and all do not freeze in winters. Okay, so if ocean currents were not there, then what would have happened? I had told you about this. What would have happened? All would have remained still. The water would have remained still. In such a condition, the biotic components would not get proper food. Okay, so this is what we have learned about effects of ocean surface currents on human life. Okay, now the next thing. Transportation is done according to the flow of ocean currents. Okay, even the speed of the ships increases and the fuel is also saved because of this. Okay, just because of the ocean currents, what happened? Automatically the speed of the ships increases. Okay, just because of the ocean currents, the speed of the ship is increasing and the fuel is saved because of this. So this also becomes very much a beneficial thing for the human activity. Okay, then near the coast where cold currents flow, the amount of precipitation is low. For example, in Peru, Chile and the arid deserts of Southwest Africa. Okay, near the coast where cold currents are flowing, the amount of precipitation is always low. Okay, in places like Peru, Chile and the arid deserts of Southwest Africa. At places where the cold and warm currents meet, I just told you about this, thick fog is formed, which causes problem for transportation. Now we can say this is the drawback. Okay, just because of the cold and warm currents which are meeting, what happened? Thick fog is formed, which causes problem for transportation. Then the warm Gulf Stream and the cold Labrador currents meet near the Newfoundland Island, which leads to dense fog. Okay, here also the warm currents and the cold currents are meeting and leading to a dense fog. Because of the cold currents, what happened? Even icebergs are carried away from the polar areas. Okay, because of the cold currents, icebergs are carried away from the polar areas. If it comes along the marine route, they can even be hazardous to the ships. Okay, ships are wrecked. Okay, just because of the icebergs which are coming down due to the cold currents. Okay, children. I hope children you'll have understood till here. We'll end up the lecture here only. The remaining part of the lesson we'll do in the next lecture. Till then, thank you children.